Babong, di ba sa malamig lang yan?
Nag-aagawan sila sa pagkain nila yun.
Ayos ah.
Mainit lang sila.
Bobby, yung kulit na. Ang ganda ng balat mami, sarap po yung kumot ano. Medyo dark. Sagot naman.
Sa sakit ng katawan yan pagkatapos ng Christmas.
Unfortunately, the survival of many animals, especially the primates, are threatened by widespread habitat destruction, hunting, and rapid separation of human habitat. If this trend continues, it may only be responsible for
It's just a loop too. Relax. It's fine, dude.
Coming up on our right-hand side, you will see one of our ring-tailed lemurs. We're going to back up a little bit. On June 1st, they are twins, and one was born on May 28th.
Wow.
Ring-tailed lemurs come from the island of Madagascar and are one of the most striking of the lemur species. With their black and white barred tail, they hold aloft. You'll also see some Canadian geese off in the island to our right-hand side. They're the most common type of goose to be found in North America, and are easily recognized by their brown body plumage, black head and neck, and prominent white cheek patches. Every spring, we get about 100 breeding pairs of Canadian geese that will migrate to AfricanLionSafari from their wintering grounds in the southern United States, and they'll lay 4 to 6 white eggs in nests by the water's edge, which they'll incubate for 28 days. The large and smallmouth bass, sunfish and catfish, as well as snakes, frogs, muskrats, snapping turtles, and painted turtles. The deep You will see our white-handed gibbon black and white coloring, and the long fur around their ears that forms a ruff around their faces. In the wild, they live in groups of 6 to 15 individuals, and are very territorial with a loud and distinctive alarm call. They can often be seen hanging upside down by their feet in order to feed on their diet of fruit, seeds, leaves, and nectar. and they're the largest member of the lemur species to regularly give birth to multiple offspring, typically 2 or 3 at a time, and their offspring are immature at birth. This means that they cannot hold on to their mothers, and so they're typically carried around by mouth or left in nests for the first few weeks of life. Also, a pelican does have very short legs, but large, 4-toed webbed feet that are very powerful, making them excellent swimmers. And this pink-backed pelican in particular is named Pinky. Gibbons are typically pregnant for about 7 months at a time, and they grow quite slowly after birth. Open for you. The dock we are approaching is a bump dock, which means we will be bumping into it a few times in order to secure our boat. I will be happy to try to answer them for you. I'd like to thank you all for visiting us today, and I hope you enjoy the remainder of your stay here.
Mamaya tayo kumain. Pwede nga rin mag-swimming, no? Hindi, pwede naman siguro tayo dun. Parbata rin yan, man.
Go pick your spot, Matthew. Go pick your spot.
Back or the front?
Go pick your spot. Go pick your spot. Don't go
turtles coming up on our left here in a low. And they are a very common freshwater species. The females are actually larger than the males, and the warmer weather gives them a higher chance of being born female. In front of us, this will be on our right and left hand sides. You will see some Canada geese. The Canada goose is the most common type of goose found in North America. It is easily recognized by its brown body plumage, black head and neck, and prominent white cheek patches. About 100 breeding pairs migrate to African lion safari from the wintering grounds in the southern United States every single year. Also see a black bird on the left there in the water, and that is a cormorant, and it is a very common water bird found in North America. It mainly eats fish and hunts by swimming and diving. You'll often see them with their wings spread out wide to dry out their feathers because they are not waterproof. Also coming up on the left here, you are going to see a pair of trumpeter swans, and they're easy to distinguish by their long black and pointy beaks. You'll often see them in pairs because they will mate for life. They are also extremely territorial. Good luck to the owner of the house. And then on the left, we're going to see more baby turtles. This tour is now coming to an end. I encourage you to see our free bird and mammal performances, our paradise show, the bird display, flight demonstration, aviaries, and wild hunters. If you have any questions about the tour, safari in general, I'd be happy to.
I can see. old is he?
He's 5. Why couldn't he only go upside down? They can live 15 to 20 years under human care. They're still kind of young. Oh, he turned around.
Hindi, meron dun sa loob, nakita ko eh. Meron dun sa kabila. Nagpapatubig siya eh. Oh.
They're not as slow as I thought they were.
Yeah. I think it's a little bit faster than you might think. Same with the turtles, actually. But compared to other animals, it's fairly slow.
True.
Snail shell. That and the snail.
He's like a little
Ah, upo na siya dun oh.
Ang cute para siyang baby.
Parang sarap saktan ano. Lalo yung puti oh.
Birds on our planet, but today we're focusing on parrots. However, we do have a couple extra special guests that are going to come out, and that's where we're going to start off with the smallest member of our presentation. So coming on now is Howard, and he is a pearl-crested aracari. Now he is a type of toucan, so as you can see, his head is full of a whole bunch of curly feathers. Now, since he is a toucan, the most striking feature that he has is that he has a very large bill. Now, this bill is used for a variety of reasons. Of course, one big one is feeding. Come on, let's get you out of the bushes here, buddy. Okay? Fruits. And in the wild, this is really helpful because it can help them fly or grab onto pieces of fruit all around them in the tree canopies that they call home. Now, this is also helpful for thermoregulation. So much like the radiator of your car, there's an intricate supply of blood vessels running through that, so they can expose their bill to warm things or cool things in order to regulate their body temperatures. A domesticated wild turkey. Now, how many of you have seen a wild turkey here in Ontario? Almost all of you. And that's all thanks to a conservation project that started here in the early 1980s. So in the early 1900s, turkeys were an important source of protein for the people that were living here. However, they hunted them so extensively that they were hunted to extirpation. Now that's just a big fancy word for saying that they can no longer find wild turkeys in Ontario. So in 1984, they started a wild turkey conservation project where they released over 4,000 wild turkeys in Ontario. And that was so successful that now there's over 100,000 wild turkeys in Ontario. And her name is Levi, and she has hatched out here in about 6 years ago. Now the reason why these birds are so special is that unfortunately for her, she is a critically endangered species.
Macaws are native to South and Central American tropical rainforests, meaning they use their bright colors to help blend with their surroundings. Matching those green leaves, red and yellow fruit, as well as the bluish shadows of the rainforest they call home. Next up are those feet. Parrots have what we call zygodactyl toes. Now, what exactly does that mean, you may ask? Well, they're going to show you. This is just a fancy way of saying they have 2 toes pointing forward and 2 toes pointing backwards. Now, this gives them an exceptional grip when perching on branches, also allowing them to use their feet much like we would use our hands, which comes in handy when grabbing onto pieces of food, bringing up to their feet to break into smaller parts. Well, the next bird we'd like to introduce to you all might not be the most colorful one out here today, but he certainly makes up for it in his own way, as his species is one of the most intelligent parrot species in the world. And I think Reggie here would agree with us when we say that. Yes, he does. This here is Reggie. Reggie is our African gray chimney parrot. Now, Reggie may be smaller than some of the other birds brought out so far, but do not underestimate him as a well found all the way on the other side of the world in Australia and Indonesia, as well as the surrounding islands, are members of the parrot family known as cockatoos. This here is Petey. Petey is our umbrella cockatoo. All right, well, Petey being a parrot can say hello, so let's hear her voice. Very sweet, sugary hello. However, they do hold the record as being one of the loudest members of the parrot family, with their calls registering in at 135 decibels, 15 decibels out. Now, right off the bat, you might think that they look like weird chickens, and you wouldn't be far off. So they're part of the same family that chickens are found in. However, they just look a little bit different. Now, as I said, people keep these on their farms across the world, and that is because they're really helpful for taking care of these three as they head on home. Let's stomp our feet, clap our hands, drum roll please, for the national bird of India. This here is Parker, and he is an Indian peacock. Now, right off the bat, you might think, oh, that's totally a peacock, and you are so correct. The males of the species are called peacocks, the females peahens, and the young pea-chicks, but as a whole, they are referred to the Indian peafowl. Now, we can tell Parker here is a male due to that bright blue coloration to his head and neck, as well as those long, elaborate train feathers. Now, these train feathers are used to help display and attract the female during the breeding season. However, these feathers do weigh them down quite a bit, so at the end of the breeding season, around August, he'll start to lose them one by one, which is why his his train is starting to look a little bit sparse. But don't you worry, in January he'll be growing a whole new set of these feathers, and each and every year they grow. Now, certainly one of the most fascinating aspects about being a bird is that lots have the ability to fly. Of course, not all species can, but out of the ones that do, we here at Parrot Paradise like to say that none are more beautiful to see an animal than the top members. So her personal trainer is going to give her the go-ahead to fly on over to her target today, which is that back corner. Watch as she uses her tail, fanning it for the break, and it's another safe landing. Let's hear it for Pisa.
Flutters around in the air. As for thermoregulation, very good scavenger. They love picking carcasses, and that old head allows Albert to plunge its head into dead animals without getting blood, innards matted into its feathers. So that the large pink purse that I mentioned, it's called this gular sac, and that allows Albert to regulate eagle owl soaring onto this post, and hopefully you can get a good look at the bright orange eyes that Stetson has. So Stetson is a crepuscular species, hunting at both dawn and dusk periods of the day. So not all owls are nocturnal like some people think. Nocturnal owls will often have these dark brown eyes. That's an indicative trait of that predatory behavior typically. Owls are also diurnal, hunting during the day, and they'll often have these bright yellow eyes, like the snowy owl from Harry Potter. So there's a lot of diversity among owl species with respect to appearance and predatory behavior. So they can't turn their heads completely around like some people think. It's more like 3/4 of the way around, and that's accommodated by 14 vertebrae in the animal's neck, which is noteworthy. Animal's name. It is exactly, it's the beautiful bald eagle, ladies and gentlemen, the national bird of the United States, alighting atop that post in the distance. Very majestic. So you can find them throughout the province of Ontario, often by bodies of water. You'll find these big clusters of sticks in the treetops accomplishing their nests. They love going after fish. So that explains the body of water presence, and we'll see if Kenai here can make a catch to simulate that process. It makes a terrific grab. Very efficient hunters when it comes to catching fish. The bottom of their feet have structures called spicules, which kind of act as a sandpaper-like texture, allowing Kenai to grasp slippery fish with efficiency. From your left, storky, the very appropriately named European white stork, showing off that impressive wingspan, and you'll see that long orange bill and slender orange legs. So storky isn't actually a raptor, it's a wading bird. Storky will sit. The race is on, and the vultures have a disadvantage with somebody trailing close behind. The volunteers have taken the lead, and they've won it. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you very much. Swooping out from the left and chasing after this lure. They love going after pigeons and different aerial prey items like that, so the lure will simulate that process. So one of the fastest birds, you'll notice maybe those bells attached to its legs allows our trainer to keep track of its movements as it weaves about.
Pareho lang rin. Sige. Kung gano'n, pakisali. So, parang sabog. Bugum.
doing so, they're actually helping their home through seed dispersal as they eat it and then deposit those seeds to someone else. Now they are often by feed, making them quite formidable opponents. Now these guys will be considered invasive species down in Florida, and they will create quite a bit of competition with native species over food resources and birds. This is often due to the fact that they are found eating on garbage or on roadkill. However, this did not before for long that they're actually a very smart species of bird that are just taking advantage of an easy meal that we can find for them. Now, not only that, after eating away, they're also helping eliminate any bacteria or viruses that might be left behind, keeping us, other plants, and other animals within that ecosystem. Now, as you can see, Projo is quite passionate about recycling, and so are we here at Safari, which is why we have switched to biodegradable straws, from plastic to paper bags, and some of the park benches you might have sat on today were actually made from recycled milk jugs. So as Projo finishes up his last can, let's see if he can do it. Can he do it? Oh, he's dribbling, and let's give him a round of applause. There we go. Well done. This final message is always to reuse, reduce, and recycle. Because if a crow can do it, then
Now, of course, no trainees in our presentation, but I think our unsung hero Ethan here deserves a huge round of applause for showing his cool face. Now, the next animal we're inviting to make an appearance from a closer at here is actually only about 3.5 feet long, but pretty skinny. That means he can't do anything larger than the size of his paws. And that means he is pretty much a survival. She's an arboreal species. That means she lives up in the treetops in the South American rainforest. Now she's going to use that tail to wrap it around perches, making sure she can add balance to her movements, and that also frees up her hands. She can grab onto her. Now Dolores is not our only prehensile tail friend we have here at Wild Wonders. However, Annabelle here does have to be a pretty shy creature, so she might need a little bit of convincing to show her beautiful self. Why don't we all clap our hands and stomp our feet? Let's create a great big jump. Now she is pretty unique looking, but I'm willing to bet some of you might know what kind of animal Annabelle is. You can shout it on out. Anteater, that's correct. Now she's actually what's called a lesser anteater.
You do? No?
Ano, funnel cake factory. Ano? Diyan tayo lumakas lumabas may Kenya Gate. Biglang dami yung tao, no? Pahapon ng pahapon.